I'd like to first thank the participants in this project for graciously giving their time and efforts in creating this project. All have volunteered their time with no compensation and around their life responsibilities. Though we worked hard to make this as professional sounding as possible, some distractions were unavoidable. VSS Haurok is a comedy short series about a human stationed on a Vulcan starship and the complications that arise. The time is roughly at the same point as Lower Decks. Due to budget issues, images of characters from the Star Trek shows will be used as stand-ins for characters. I hope this will help keep the characters straight and even add to some of the humor. Though most were able to create their introductions, there were a couple lost in production, or I unfortunately forgot to ask them to make one. I'd like to thank Katie from Katie's Corner in Space, playing Dr. Corinne, Rish A., who is playing Counselor Teris, and Kat Radner playing Commander Terina.
My name is Charlene. I will be playing Lieutenant Ray Rosek.
My name is Erica, also known as the Dyslexic Trekkie, and I will be playing Captain Soar.
This is James Spinney, and I'm playing Ensign Deven.
I am Diane Cook. I will be playing Sam.
Hi, my name's Kat Radner. I will be playing Terina.
Lieutenant's Log, Supplemental. I've been studying long-range scans of a unique anomaly near the edge of Vulcan space. An uninhabited area of space with an anomaly I've dubbed the Brown Nebula. I've been trying to convince my captain to allow me to study it more closely. This could make my career if it's something interesting. I only just found out what ship I would be posted on. I'm expecting an interesting time.
Is it entirely necessary for us all to be standing here, Ensign Deven?
My studies of human culture indicate that it is customary for a new member of a team to be greeted by both their commanding officers and soon-to-be colleagues. They call it a meet and greet, Captain.
Ensign Deven is accurate in his analysis. In fact, many cultures tend to perform similar customs to initiate bonding.
Very well. I shall humor the human this once. However, I will expect her to conform to ship standards of behavior once aboard.
It would be wise to remember the difference between what one is accustomed to and what is logical.
Regardless, I do not believe it is wise to have a human aboard the VSS Haurok. I am sure a Vulcan could have done a sufficient job at studying this rather minor anomaly.
Lieutenant Rosek believes it is not so minor and has studied it extensively.
Is it logical to have someone less versed in the subject examine it, simply to ensure our ship remains solely Vulcan?
Thank you, Commander, and thank you, Counselor. Ensign, though your reasoning is sound, I advise you to curb your enthusiasm. I know you believe yourself to be an expert in humans. Having the opportunity to study one up close may seem a fascinating endeavor, but it is not your station aboard this ship.
Yes, Captain.
When I boarded, I found the senior officers among other crew to greet me. I spent the night studying Vulcan customs in preparation for my stay. I didn't see anything about a formal introduction to the ship. Lieutenant Rosek reporting for duty.
My name is Captain Soar. On the behalf of the USS Haurok, I formally welcome you to our ship. Live long and prosper.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
My name is Ensign Deven. I am a member of the ship's navigation team. I have studied human culture. We have planned what I believe is called a welcoming party in your quarters.
We have? We have.
If nothing else, they've been nice. I think they're trying to show me human hospitality, which is considerate. Thank you. That's very thoughtful. I'm sure this Devin meant well, but I don't think he fully understands what a welcoming party is. The decorations are interesting. They look nice, but what are they? I saw what looked like strips of white paper just hanging from the ceiling. It had been laid across the furniture as well.
I believe they are called streamers. My studies stated that paper, which had once been used for personal hygiene in bathrooms, was laid across people's property for them to clean up later. I take it by your smile I did a thorough job.
You certainly did.
Is it logical to make a mess of one's home before even settling in?
This is a human custom. We must make allowances for their most sentimental ways.
It is her personal quarters.
It was all meant well. Ensign Devin had clearly put some real effort into setting up this welcoming party. He even provided music and refreshments.
My research indicated that you enjoy the music known as jazz, and a human delicacy known as pizza.
I do. How did you find this particular style?
I did extensive research. Much of the style is rather boisterous. This seemed more appropriate for a party.
I couldn't bring myself to tell him this was New Orleans funeral music. I'll have to show him some better forms. I'm sure he'll like smooth jazz. He's nice enough.
And the pizza?
Great! It's great, really great. I've never had it with the ranch dressing as sauce. The chocolate chips are a unique choice too. Exactly what's the meat?
Vulcans do not consume the flesh of animals. This is a substitute synthesized based on a human meat known as steak. Ah, have you been properly introduced to the senior science officer?
I assume you will make your time aboard our ship productive.
The science officer was cold even for a Vulcan. Either he's happy to have me there and doesn't want to show favoritism, or he really hates me. I can't wait to start tomorrow. I've got some ideas on...
Indeed.
I know I have to check in with the doctor. This is going to be an interesting time. If nothing else, the crew has been courteous. Mostly. Thanks, Devin. I really appreciate this. I know you put a lot of effort into welcoming me.
That's Devin.
I guess Vulcans don't do nicknames. I finally made it down to the infirmary to check in with the doctor. I was informed it was standard protocol with Vulcans as well. This was not a standard reassignment visit, however. Lieutenant Rosek checking in.
I see. I would like to perform a short exam before you leave. Nurse, my tricorder.
Oh, is this protocol?
It is if a new member has a condition which may compromise their health in the duties required of them.
I'm in perfect health, I assure you. I'm studying a nebula. I'm not going on away missions. What condition do I have?
You are human, on a Vulcan vessel.
Apparently being a human is considered a pre-existing condition.
Have you felt lightheaded or dizzy?
No. If I have, what would it mean?
Have you felt particularly sluggish or had great difficulty moving?
I'm not that out of shape.
The VSS Haurok's life support is set to Vulcan standards.
Is that why it's so hot?
Indeed, your oxygen levels are below optimal and your muscles show higher fatigue. This will help your body oxygenate your blood better. I recommend you use an oxygen supplemental device.
For how long?
For the duration of your stay. I take the health of my patients seriously.
Doctor, humans live in the mountains on Earth.
I fail to see the relevance of this fact.
Our bodies adjust to lower oxygen levels over time. I'm not wearing an oxygen mask all the time.
I see that stories of stubbornness in human nature are true.
2 weeks, Doctor. My body will adapt in 2 weeks. Can I go?
If you are refusing medical care, I see no reason for you to stay.
I see rumors of Vulcan passive aggression are true.
Logic can often seem so to humans.
If my levels don't right themselves in 2 weeks, I'll wear the mask, okay?
And if you show worsening symptoms?
I'll come back in, but I'll be fine. What's your name?
K-Ren.
Well, I'll be sure to come by if I do feel worse. I have a feeling people are going to treat me like I'm fragile. I guess to them I am, but I just think how strong I'll be after living in 1.4 standard gravity for 2 weeks. Either way, I'll be able to start setting up equipment tomorrow. We should be in range of the Brown Nebula by the end of the day. Please don't just be dust.